Yeah, back in again, it's something we haven't done. We've not had a cup run, so it's important that we get off to a good start. We've had a fantastic pre-season. A few nails and bruises and illness, a little bit of a virus going about the place as well. A few, so but we're confident enough we'll put a strong enough team out tomorrow, and hopefully get the right result.
So will a few be out then tomorrow?
Yeah, Conor McMenamin's struggling. He's been struggling all week with the virus. Mika Mandron is a little bit of a doubt as well. He's not quite as bad as Conor. So it's obviously going about. It happens this time of year as well. And Liam Donnelly will miss out with an Achilles injury. But yeah, we're a little bit short in numbers at this stage because we believe there's still some signings to get in. And it's getting harder and harder to actually compete and get people in. But we're confident by the time the league kicks off, we'll have a squad ready to go.
What is it that makes it harder and harder? Is it just in terms of competing with other clubs at bigger budgets?
Yeah, look, that's always been the case. It's nothing new, but the finances are getting bigger and bigger. Clubs in England, League Two, are paying crazy money now for players, so it's difficult to actually compete at times. But we're down the line with a few we thought would be done by now that aren't, but we'll continue to do that and try and enhance the squad, and that's the hard bit. We've got a very good squad already, so the hard bit is making the squad better. Making the starting 11 better is virtually impossible, but to make the squad stronger, that's what we have to look to do. You
obviously had the transition of the recruitment team, Mark Foyle leaving, John Park coming in. Has that impacted your recruitment for this summer at all?
We already had a lot of players signed, so we had the basis of a top 6 squad anyway, which they've proved over the last 3 years. The difficult part to that is, as I've said to you previously, is making the starting 11 better. Finding people for what we can pay them to be better than what we've got is very difficult. So we have to go different routes. We have to look at different markets. We've obviously got Richard in from Jamaica. It's an on-tap market, very much. Like Ryan Strahan and Keanu Bacchus at that stage, and now everybody's signing Australian boys. So yeah, we're looking far and wide to make it better. If not the starting 11, the squad, the subs that come on to make a real impact, and it's something we're continuing to do. John and myself trying to look, and obviously the other staff at the football club, to see what we can get in.
You mentioned not having had a cup run despite all the success that you've had here so far. Is that like a niggling thing that maybe annoys you or eats away at you that you've not managed that so far?
Yeah, Motherwell, we managed that. We managed to get the 2 cup finals, but I'm not sure where we've got to. Is that last 16 is the best we've progressed to. The draws have been very unkind to us, so it's a little bit of luck's needed as well. First and foremost, you need to get through the group stages, which everybody believes you turn up and it's a formality. It certainly isn't, and we will definitely not be treating it like that. We've played good opposition in pre-season. We've been very, very good in pre-season, and we need the same performance to give us a chance to get into that last 16. And then when the European sides come in, you just hope you avoid some of the bigger teams.
If you get rough numbers, even in terms of how many more may come in?
We need at least 2. We'll go tomorrow. We will have, I think it's 5 academy kids involved. So it just shows we are a little bit light in numbers. Obviously, without Liam and without Conor tomorrow, makes us lighter again. But there's areas I want to enhance. There's areas that I want to bring people in. But it's difficult. It's difficult to get the right player in, and I won't just take anybody. They have to be different, or as I say, they have to make the squad better at minimum, and give us a different outlook from the bench.
Is there going to be any changes to your approach this season?
I think the second half of the season showed what we were about. Some of the football we played was fantastic. We in 4 or 5 passes were in the opposition half. We had some really good combination play, getting into zone 2 and crosses, and that's the way we want to continue. We want to be a team that has our possession stats in the opposition half. That puts lots of balls into the box, gets it into lots of goal scoring areas, and things we can improve on. Our set plays in the first half of the season improved in the second. But it's something that's huge in the SBL and something we need to continue to be better at.
Is there any reason that the second half was better than the first half?
Well, we were able to sign players. We lost 3 players. We weren't able to sign anybody until January. I think Declan, John and Ryan give us a real lift. It was more like wingers playing rather than fullbacks playing. And people came to form. Obviously, Keelan Boyd Munce came to form. When we had players playing at the top of their game. And that's obviously half the battle. If players are playing to form, we showed we can compete with anybody. We didn't lose a game in the top 6, so we know we've got a squad that can compete. and it's about just enhancing what we've done, getting better small percentages all the time.
We make it that you're the longest serving manager now.
Oh no,
Top 5.
really? Really? That's a worry, isn't it? Listen, again, that's testament to the players. You don't stay in the job very long. It's funny, I spoke to one of my friends and said, you know, you've only been sacked once. It's like, I know, don't say that too loud. So obviously the players are very much doing some right. The staff deserve so much credit here as well. They go in the background and they don't get maybe the credit they deserve. The recruitment, you know, has been very, very good. So yeah, I take the credit for that. But actually there's a lot of people involved in making sure that I stay on a job. And yeah, it's a compliment. It's a compliment that we're still on a job, and I certainly don't take anything for granted. And I live my life on a 3-game basis, and if you lose 3 games, you're in trouble. So it'll be no different this season.
Do you still feel excited at the start of a new campaign?
Yeah, if I didn't, I wouldn't do it. It was certainly not changing my life financially, so it's something we all enjoy. Sometimes I spoke to Paul Warren, the MK Dons manager in Spain, and he said we're crazy, but that's why we do it, because I get my buzz from the tactical side of it, from trying to outthink people and trying to get results against people with a lot more resources, and I think we've proved that over a period of time that we can do that, and certainly that's where I get a buzz from.
What's your thoughts about the game tomorrow?
I think it's a tough task. I think Arbroath have done very well. They've been very good with us as well in terms of our players, with young Callum Penman and Fraser Taylor, who have both developed fantastically well. So we know that they play a really good brand of football. They're coming up, which means they'll be very confident in terms of what they can do. So it's a test. You know, it's a tough start to the season. Everybody, as I said, will expect us to turn up and roll Arbroath over. It never happens like that. We have to be at our best. We have to show the respect of who we're playing against, and we have to be inventive and creative. Similar to the Airdrie game the other night, lots of possession, lots of opportunities where we need to create and be clever in that final third, and it's certainly a test, but one I'm confident we'll step up to.
Right, cheers.
Cheers.